do typically get right on the ball at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time. We do our lives. I switched back with I've got three different types of radars. I was having some issues with the WSV3 radar earlier this morning, and so had to go pay for another subscription. But we do have the risks here today. We're going to show you the overall risks. The area that we do anticipate to have the most robust storms would be, again, once over into Pecos, Fort Davis, Marfa, Carlsbad, New Mexico area. As you can see, that is in the slight risk. And then the marginal risk is outside of that over in Midland. We are expecting. And this is a look at the live radar right now. You can see there's a few severe thunderstorm warnings and mainly just east of Brownwood, Texas area. Let's go kind of take a look at some of these different ones that we have. This is the one right there, Hamilton, Goldthwaite area. And then there are some in Georgia as well, folks. There's just along the east coastline there, some storms that are going to continue to track over into a east-northeast direction. These ones here, again, this is in a marginal risk for severe weather, so we do expect, it's odd to see a possible tornado tag on it. It's likely the winds that are expected for that area as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at your overall risks for the wind threat. Where is that at? As you can see, most of that is expected to die out. The area, let's take a look at Borger, Texas. All right, so Borger, Texas, I'll take a look at your risk area. There north of Amarillo, let's take a look at that. I'm going to put radar estimates on here. 1 second. All right, these are radar estimates, so let's go ahead and put up those risks for today again for day one. This is the probability for tornadoes. So Borger area, had it a minute ago. There we go. And it's not scanning. 1 second here. Go back to the reflective here. Sorry, folks, we're having a little bit of an issue here with this reflective loop here. There we go. All right, so the Borger area, not expecting a whole lot. As you can see, it stays out of that area for today, thankfully. Storms look to stay out of that area for Borger. And you're in general thunderstorms. There's not really a whole lot expected that far north, thankfully. Joseph, hopefully that helps you there. Sorry, it's a little rough with the different weather models here. Let's go back to our other risks here and show you all these risks. This is live radar here that we're looking at, and this is the 15% risk area. This would be for the wind. Here's for the hail. We do have a hatched area over here. I would suspect Pecos, Fort Davis, Marfa, Fort Stockton area, and Carlsbad. You guys are going to be in that hatched area for the hail risk. Hence the reason you guys are in that risk for the tornado activity as well today. And this is mainly going to be the afternoon time. I could kind of show you a radar estimate on this as well. Anything going New Braunfels. New Braunfels area, we're expecting some of these marginally severe storms to get to your area a little bit later. Let me show you your categorical risks here. Marginally severe. There could be some additional development later this afternoon, but we're not expecting right at this time for new north of San Antonio. Not expecting a whole lot going on. Again, marginally severe, which that means it would be nickel size hail. We're not anticipating any tornado threat for New Braunfels. Ohio area, your guys' risk, pretty much non-existent for Ohio area. This was updated at 7:17 this morning. Ohio, you guys are not even in general thunderstorms, so not expecting anything there. Hamilton, Texas, you're welcome. Hamilton, Texas, you guys do have that severe thunderstorm warning right now, and that was issued at 8:05, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Some areas that are expected to be impacted by this would be including Pancake, Shive, Moline. Okay, so Pancake, Shive, Moline, Isoro, Permella, Adamsville, Whiteway, Ailman, Indian Gap, and Arnett. Thank you very much, Sarah Ann. I appreciate it. Those allergies are no joke. So let's kind of show you what's expected with WSV3. We'll switch over here 1 second. All right, so these are the estimates of what is expected to happen today. Timing for your area. Look at that. We're looking at around 9:15 this morning. Some storms really pushing through that area. We've got this whole line here that just right now has special weather statements. And it's moving. These storms are moving off to the southeast, 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Now slowly die out in more of this northerly storms here. We're expecting some more rain over in the Fort Worth area, just south of Dallas area. This is a look at around 1:16 in the afternoon. Amanda Anderson, Waco, we will get the line of storms at 11. How is that storm looking? Let's take a look. One second, folks. All right, we're back to live radar here. That storm that's west of Waco area is looking pretty significant. Let me go ahead and shut off some of this information here and go to single site radar. It'd be a little bit easier for me to take a look at that. That storm that's west of Waco is looking pretty gnarly. Let me take a look at some of the other stuff here. Got to get my gears ready here. 1 second. I haven't used Radar Omega for a little while. Was using WSV3, so I'm getting a little. There we go. It's taking a little while to load. This does look pretty gnarly right here. Over by Hamilton. We're seeing a little more broad area, and I would not doubt if this gets updated or upgraded. So it says 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail moving east at 35 miles per hour. I don't think it's going to weaken before it hits Waco because we have 73. So Gatesville, you got 73-degree temperature and 73-degree dew point. You've got those going for it. There is a chance right here because we do have that warm air aloft. There could be some capping going on there in Waco area. Let's take a look at the satellite loop here real quick. Oh no, you got plenty of clearing on the southeast side of that. So no, I don't expect this to die out anytime soon for Waco. Janesville, Wisconsin. All right, so your guys' risk for Janesville today, not expecting a whole lot going on for there. You don't have any risks for today. Let me show you the risks for tomorrow. You guys do have some risks for tomorrow in areas of Madison, Kenosha, those areas of Wisconsin, all the way over to areas just south of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's a marginal risk. My expectation is they're probably going to upgrade this tomorrow, somewhere in this vicinity, into a slight risk. But we'll have to see how that goes. You're welcome, Mike. Austin and I-35 corridor. Let me go back to regular radar here. We are seeing this line of storms that has the special weather statements moving off to the east southeast. Put that into loop here for you. Switch radars might be a little bit better. There we go. So these storms here are going to continue to intensify and impact areas of Austin over the next number of hours, as long as we don't have any major hurdles to get into that way. So we do have a lot going on down southeast of Austin area, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of clearing. So because we got that clearing, we could end up having these storms continue to get fired off around these same areas. But again, this according to the Storm Prediction Center, the slight risk that was updated at 7:17 a.m. Central Daylight Time. It's mainly over in Pecos, Fort Davis area, Fort Stockton, and then the risk for the tornado outlook for today. Again, that is isolated over to Carlsbad, New Mexico, Fort Davis, Marfa. All right. Do you know where the storms will be? Yeah, I was looking at that a little bit ago, so I'll show that again here for you. Not a problem. So these are radar estimates here. The main threat is going to be over in areas of Carlsbad, Pecos, Fort Stockton area, and that's sometime after 2 o'clock. And then that risk for isolated tornadoes over in the Fort Stockton area, major hail over by I-10, I-20 area is expected. Again, as you go later into the afternoon and the evening hours, this is a look at around 5 p.m. These are where most of the storms are going to be, the more significant storms, hence the reason they have that risk. There's the tornado risk outlined in the green. And that'll move off to the east. It'll impact areas of Midland, Texas area. You guys got to worry about some flooding going on later this afternoon again. And that would be actually into the late evening, Midland, 7 p.m. and afterwards. Again, expecting additional development over in the San Antonio area as you go into the midnight hour. This is a look at what time, where these might be. Hang on one second. I'm going to increase the settings on this. Trying to take a look here and see if I can get some of the information to pull up here. So bear with me one moment. What time is it going to hit SA at? Justin, what is SA? LJ, there's no tornado warning. Let's stop that. We don't have any tornado warnings in Dallas. Okay, San Antonio area. All right. Okay, so San Antonio, this is radar estimate. We're expecting San Antonio area to have some impactful weather. We've got some of this making its way, these special weather statements making its way towards San Antonio. But again, based on HRRR weather models, we see this kind of die out for San Antonio area, and then recycle through as we get into the later afternoon hours and evening hours. San Antonio sometime around 9:30 and afterwards. San Antonio, Texas, we would suspect to have some hail as well as possibility of some significant wind gusts. Obviously, a lot of flooding expected as well. Pamela, Joe, I appreciate you being here. You're the number one spot, and Justin's number two spot for viewers. Only gained 4 new followers on this live, but there's not a lot of crazy stuff going on. You're welcome, Justin. Jill and Slinky, hi. I have a feeling I work with you, but I don't know. Dallas Fort Worth area, you guys are going to expect some more flooding going on in Dallas Fort Worth area. Your storms, we are expecting some storm just to the south of you. It could end up impacting right in smack dab in Dallas area sometime around 11 o'clock. We do have some stormy weather over here by Hamilton, Texas right now. Severe thunderstorm warning that's continuing until 8:30 a.m. And again, expecting that to kind of impact you as far as a lot of rain but not expecting Dallas to get any significant severe weather for today at least. Amarillo, you guys are outside of any risk here for today. You're in general thunderstorms for today. General thunderstorms is what we have. And then the marginal risk is a darker shade of green. And then we do have the 2 out of 5 risk. That is the yellow. Let me kind of slide this over. So that's the yellow is the slight risk there. Marginal risk all up and down areas of South Carolina. Do you have severe thunderstorm warning here over in areas of South Carolina? That storm motion is moving northeast at 52 miles an hour, so it's trucking on out of here. And I could kind of give you guys estimates here for that area as well. Again, very sparse and few between here, but areas southern part of Georgia does have some storms late in the evening, so sometime after 10 p.m. So you had some storms move through, and then southern part of Georgia sometime after 9 p.m. Expect a few more marginal risk. Could end up having some hail in there. Um, Caleb Ryan, are you asking? Let's see, Caleb Ryan. Caleb Ryan, what area were you asking about? I didn't see your question. Appreciate the follows, guys. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that now. So these are model estimates that we're looking at. There's the time. That's in Central Daylight Time. So hopefully you guys can see that now. The app that I'm using is WSV3. I also use Radar Omega as well. So I use a number of them. Just WSV3 is powered by TempoQuest, and it's a pretty significant. It is not something that can work on your phone. This works on a PC, and it's got to be kind of like a gaming PC, Windows, because it is a robust, um, robust app. All right, so let me go over the rest. Can you check weather, Ohio? Yeah, we can check weather in Ohio. Oh, hey, what weather? Nothing going on in Ohio today. Your risk for tomorrow, don't see anything happening in Ohio for tomorrow, day 3. You have some general thunderstorms that move on in that area. Take a look at Sioux Falls. I do expect Sioux Falls and areas of Minnesota all the way into kind of the central and northern plains area to have some risks as you get into your Thursday and Friday. You're welcome. As we get into day 4, not really expecting a whole lot there. Kind of quiet weather. We're going to have a dominating high pressure. Some of that heat is going to be making its way over. Let's take a look at the heat and go to shut this off for a second here, and we'll go to This is the precipitation outlook over the next 6 to 10 days. And look at the temperatures. Temperature outlook, that deep red, that's a lot of heat on its way. 8 to 14 kind of pulls back a little bit for the temperature outlook for 8 to 14. This is issued by the Climate Prediction Center. And then your precipitation, kind of the northern plains gets a little bit more above average rainfall there for the 8 to 14 day outlook. And this area here, the Ohio River Valley, for the next 6 to 10 days. 8 to 14 days, you start to finally dry out over in the Ohio River Valley, slightly above normal rainfall, but still. Hey, Tufts Weather, welcome. That was a little delayed, I guess. What's the temp on Tuesday for Ashland County, Ohio? You guys are gonna make me work. That's all right. Let's see what I can do. Uh, 1 second. That's going to be a little tricky. Let me go to model estimates here for temperatures. Yep, new graphics. I've had these graphics for a while, but all right. So let's take a look at what we're expecting for temperatures. Where were you asking about again? Yeah, it's hot in Tucson, Ashland County, Ohio. All right, 1 second. I got to kind of get a general idea of where that is. All right, so Mansfield, Akron, northeast of Columbus. All right, and you wanted to know Ashland County, Ohio for Tuesday. You're gonna make me work. Tuesday would be, you talking today's temperature? Okay, so the 7 day forecasts, I can program stuff, but specific to Ashland County, oh, next Tuesday. Okay, that makes more sense. Um, That's a little tricky. 7 days out, I don't like going any further than 5 days out. And the reason for that is because it ends up being extremely difficult to get that information, especially accuracy wise. So, what I would recommend that you do is if you want to know reliable source, you can go to weather.gov and you can actually click on your specific area. So for next Tuesday, the National Weather Service doesn't even go out that far. You could put estimates, but I'm not going to estimate that far out. Sorry. What's the temp for Thursday? The temp for Thursday, it's going to be in the mid to upper 80s for Thursday. 20% chance of some storms, so really not expecting a whole lot. And then overnight low for Thursday night would be 59 degrees. Thank you, Benji. Chalet, you're welcome. It's already 75. Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's go ahead and bring up. You guys might want to look at some stuff, right? There we go. See if I could go over to some vector and contour information that might be able to give us estimated temperatures here. You guys can't really see that. Goodness gracious. You can't see the temperatures there, but as you can see, some of the temperatures in there is what it's kind of showing, but it's a little tough to see. So I'm going to shut that off. All right, let me clear this out here a little bit and go back to what the whole point of this was, is to give you guys the outlooks. So you got over in Montana area some marginal risk severe weather. Good morning, Kim. And this area over in Odessa, just to west, southwest of Midland, you guys got slight risk over in Fort Stockton. Hey, somebody was asking about, do I think it's going to die out over in Waco? Thankfully, it did. Let's bring back live radar here real quick. So we got 83 alerts. We got a severe thunderstorm warning. Now we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings over in this area here, but we do have this small storm to the west of San Antonio. We put the right radar on here. Boy, that's having a hard time picking that up. What is the dealio here? Like, this is why I had to switch radar apps, because this isn't even showing anything, but we got a polygon for special weather statement. What? There's nothing there. Go to MRMS. 1 second here. I don't see anything that would suggest a reason for Campwood area to have a special weather statement. This doesn't look that great. So, what's a special marine warning? Special marine warning. That is typically over the coastal waters. So that would be areas, so let's kind of Tampa Bay waters here. Special marine warning. It usually is for, like, the coastline, St. Petersburg. You've got some of that. So when there's some wind and obviously some action going on there as far as the wind and bringing quite a bit there. Hold on 1 second here. See if I can. But again, not a whole lot going on as far as severe weather goes. There is a lot of flood warnings though, 59. And I do want to show you one other thing that I was able to get pulled up and programmed. Now, right now, this is information that is live and it updates on a regular basis. So another thing that is nice to have is all these storm reports that come through. So in my lives, I'm going to now be having these today's storm reports when I do these live severe weather days. The other day I was live for I don't know how many hours. It was pretty significant. And so that'll be a nice feature that we have added here as well. All right. So again, the risks for today, mainly down in areas of New Mexico and southwest Texas. There is some areas here that is expecting to see some. Let's take a look at the models and see what that might have. Let me take shut off the live radar here. These are radar estimates here. Doesn't look like it's too impressive. This right here, though, much more impressive. This is a look at 8 a.m. estimates, and then we got around 4 p.m. Fort Davis, Carlsbad, Pecos area, even south of Fort Davis over by Sanderson, Texas. Bauer Power Storms. Hi, good morning to you as well. I appreciate you joining on YouTube. So I'm on TikTok, YouTube, as well as Facebook, folks. I have never heard of you Bauer Powered Storms. I definitely want to, I'll definitely subscribe. Just the name alone tells me enough. It's awesome. All right, so the risk again for tornado activity, and then I'm going to let you guys go. It was kind of a live that's a little less action going on. I have yet to get the audio to work for these severe thunderstorm warnings when the pop out alerts go there. But the tornado risk is going to be mainly over in Carlsbad, Pecos, Fort Davis, Marfa, some of the Texas and southeastern portion of New Mexico. And that again is going to be late in the afternoon, sometime after 2. Yeah, isolated tornado threat. Not expecting any major outbreaks for tornadic activity today. So I'm going to let you guys go. Jalay, goodbye. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. I do lives 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time every day that God willing allows me to. But I appreciate it. And if you guys, anybody wants to give me some pointers on suggestions of improvements, that would be great. Again, right now, the only severe thunderstorm warning that we have is over into this area of South Carolina. And that is eventually going to die out. It will recycle, though, and still, again, be power, don't leave. I do have to leave because I got to go to work. This is not my full-time job, although I wish it was. My full-time job is I'm a dialer analyst for credit card companies. So, all right, folks, I do have to go though. I appreciate it very much. Bauer Power Storms, I will follow you on YouTube. 1 second here. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. God bless. Stay safe. I will go ahead and give you a solid follow on YouTube here. I will be back tomorrow for 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time updates for weather. Again, my folks in South Dakota, We are expecting a possibility of some storms ramping up over the next couple of weeks here. It's really expected to ramp up. If I could take a look at NAM 3K here, hopefully. One second. I just went through an update, so I do need to switch back here. I'm going to kind of show South Dakota again sometime tomorrow. Expecting some storms to make its way over into the Sioux Falls area. Marginally severe is what they have it right now. That could get upgraded to a slight risk.